Welcome to the Kushti Racing Channel. My name is Kushti and this is my racing journey on Gran Turismo 7. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not, welcome back. Firstly, let me apologise for going AWOL for the past 6 months. To be honest, after playing Gran Turismo 7 pretty much every day for over a year, I think I just got a bit burnt out with it. That, coupled with an update in March which altered the in-game physics and the still unresolved questionable penalty system, is enough to make me hang up my metaphorical racing suit for a while. Over the last few weeks, I've been dabbling with the game again. Slowly but surely my passion has returned, and with that, my form too. So in this video, I'm going to show you a race from only last night, which was an absolute joy to drive in. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. As you can see in this one, there's some A+ drivers, some A drivers and some B rated drivers. Brake balance is 5 to the rear, traction control 0. Starting this one in P2. We've got our old friend Red Fox in front of us and another old friend of ours, Sir Barry R, behind. Race with Daily Bob and Rooty before. I know they're relatively clean drivers. And Mitchell Morgan, aka PlayStation Racer, who has his own YouTube channel. I recommend going watching his channel if you get a chance, starting in P8 as the highest ranked B-rated driver in the lobby. So as we start off, trying to tuck in behind Red Fox, get as much slipstream down into this first corner as we possibly can. We're up right behind him. Doesn't get the best exit on that chicane there. Come up the hill. This next corner is third gear corner. Brake nice and early for it. Take much of the curve on the inside as you dare. Take too much there, you'll get a penalty. As you can see, right up behind him now. This is very difficult to overtake through here. Take a bit too wide a line through there. Change up to fourth early to stop any wheel spin there as you come over the brow of the hill. Brake as soon as you hear the a little tap there with Red Fox. I'll be honest, I felt a little bit bad on that one. I was tempted to back off the accelerator and let him go, but figured sitting beside him without the slipstream was probably better for him than me being tucked right behind him in his slipstream. But as we come down here, I tuck back in again. Pick up a little bit of slipstream, enough just to get the edge on him coming into this very fast right-hander. Third gear, you want to tuck into the inside as much as possible there, leaving him room on the outside, leaving him room on the inside into the left-hander. Again, I thought he was going to go ahead, but he was quite respectful and tucked in behind. And I'll be honest, I thought, okay, great. Coming towards the end of the first lap, I'm away here, no problem whatsoever. Let's go. Third gear through the tunnel. I've got to rev this car around as much as possible. I think everybody in this race, maybe bar a couple of the cars at the back, are in this new Mazda that's been released in the latest update. Come down the start-finish line again, and slipstream here is really strong. You have to be mindful of that all the time. As you can see, I was pulling away to start off with, and now the gap's coming down. I get a little bit of a nudge there from Red Fox. He didn't mean to. He backed straight out of it, holds his position behind me. I got a little bit wide on the exit of the second part of that chicane, which gives Enzo the chance to come up on my outside here. It's a bit frustrating, I'm not going to lie. I leave him room on the outside of this 90 degree right-hander as we come up the hill, which means he's got the inside into this next corner. I know that I've lost the position. Just focus on the exit. Again, very close with Barry R there, but trusted friend of mine, I knew wouldn't hit me. And again, this part of the second lap is very similar to the first lap, quite frankly, in the sense that I'm behind this car, got the slipstream, and you'll see what the difference is if I've done this with Red Fox. So I've got much more speed now coming into this this long right-hander at the end of the back straight, and I've got the advantage, quite frankly. I could go out wide to the right, which I do because I could be backed out of it. I tried to take the inside line here. I'll make a mistake I just slowed down a bit too much, which gave Enzo the chance to come back around my outside, which was a little bit frustrating because it stopped me or slowed me down into this corner, put me in a bit of a dodgy position with Barry behind. Keep the inside line just to protect my position as best I possibly can. On the pan, nice and early. This section of the track is very, very difficult to master. In qualifying, it's pretty much flat out. In the race, you tend to be a little bit more tentative with the throttle through there, and hence Barry's got a better exit. He's going to come up inside and likely to take the position. Unfortunately, I make contact with Enzo there. Sorry Enzo, that was not intentional at all. What now happens, I think Enzo thought that was Barry, because as we come up the hill, I was going to give Enzo a nudge to sort of get him back on his way again here. But Enzo starts going over and barging Barry. Barry's having none of it, sort of swipes him off the track to the right, and Enzo drops down to 4th place. Barry carries on in the lead. So we tuck in behind Barry. My damage on my front bumper's now fixed. And again, almost verbatim, the same scenario again. Down this back straight, we're in the slipstream of the car in first place. We're a little bit further back actually. And I'm thinking, I don't know if I've got enough slipstream here and the straight's long enough to catch him and get him on the inside like I just did with Enzo on the previous lap. But a lot of things in this game is about putting pressure on people, put pressure on them to try and make them make a mistake. Now he doesn't take this tight, which you really need to do to maximise the speed through the corner. Brings me alongside. I know I am not going to get this position, but again, just sort of unnerving Barry, letting him know I'm there, tucked back in behind through this quite technical section, down into the tunnel. It's only a 4-lap race, and again, if I can get that slipstream down that start-finish straight, there's every chance I can lead into the beginning of that final lap. But then, of course, I've got the same problem down the back straight of being the lead car and the car behind me having the slipstream on me. So I'm conscious of all of this all the way through this race. But you got to get in the position in the first place, right? So as we cross the start-finish line, Reach is set at 1:59.723. We come down Barry's inside, and we stick Barry up a little bit here because we just don't quite slow it down enough for this second bend. He clips us, loses second, not only loses first place, he loses second place as well. Enzo's now tucked up right behind us. Don't forget these two have beef last lap before, whatever it was. But if you look in the rear view mirror, there's more beef again as Barry sort of forces his way through. It's not Barry's normal style, I hasten to add. I think he took umbrage at the fact that Enzo was ramming him whenever that incident first occurred, which lap it was, set 2 or 3. And we're now 4.5 tenths up on the fastest lap time as we come down this back straight. They're 6-7 tenths behind. I'm fairly confident I've now got this race in the bag, but if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I start getting nervous when I'm out in front like this, and that's when mistakes start to creep in. And that's exactly what happens here. Take the corner okay in third, not really particularly tight, didn't slow down enough, hit the wall, now begin to panic a bit more, down to 5 tenths, I think it drops to 4 tenths, oh no, back up to 7. Anyway, long and short of that is, luckily from this point forward, I'm manic because Barry and Enzo are fighting between themselves. It gives me a license to make that mistake clearly and still maintain the lead. 9 tenths lead as we come through the final section here. Don't have to push it, don't need to risk getting a penalty or anything like that. And luckily, as we come down to the line, just set the fastest lap by 3/1000ths of a second. You obviously can't see it on that screen, but I'll watch the replay, and yeah, managed to get the fastest lap, so I was quite pleased with that. After the race, I noticed that first of all, we didn't get a clean race bonus. It's one of the first thing I noticed, which I wasn't surprised about in the slightest, given my little punt on Enzo. But I noticed in the chat here, whilst I got a quick congratulations from Red Fox and Barry R, Daily Bob said, "Don't push the pass on Mitchell Morgan." And then in a moment you'll see that Rooty joins in as well. And I thought to myself, I'm going to have a little look back through that replay. So in the next video, which hopefully I'm going to put out tomorrow, I'm going to analyse exactly what happened between those two. Thanks very much for watching that one, guys. If you did enjoy it, I'd really appreciate it if you could give the video a like. And if you'd like to see more videos like this from me, then hit that subscribe button too. Till next time, take care and happy racing.